Sonny?
It's a greasy place, so everything's dusty a lot, so I'm all the time cleaning stuff. And it's kind of nice that it's breezy though, because it gets warm in here. I like it. It's ocean breeze.
So this is your the shop, Sonny?
Yep, this is it. I've just been here a couple months, and I built these bikes, this one and that one. There goes the jet, a money machine. Hey Lucas, if you're watching, I could use more. It's my hometown, born and raised here. And I started working actually 2 blocks from here, straight up on Pico. In 1958, I was 13 years old, and I started working at the BSA shop, Jack Baldwin's, and worked there for 12 years. I ended up running the joint. Then I went into business for myself, a Triumph shop and a few other shops here and there and everywhere. Now I'm back. I said I'd never do this again, but here I am. But it's at my own pace, and I ain't working for somebody, so it's all good.
This is like the motorcycle you used to race at Ascot?
Yeah, this is the replica. This would be from the period, the early 60s to the early 70s. And then they got kind of like that red bike over there, and they started using a different shaped tank. I'll wait till that plane goes by. I use the tanks that we used in the 60s and 70s, and the fender, the seats are custom made, as well as a lot of other stuff. This bike belongs to Barry Wise, Storage Wars Barry, 755 speed. Fun bikes, bar hoppers. Better known, they call them street trackers, I call them bar hoppers. And TT, these were TT bikes in the day, like at Ascot and Peoria and all these sidewinders up north and all this other stuff. TT racing, right, left-hand turns, got to use the brakes, got to use the gearbox, like a road race course, but in the dirt. But TT to me stands from tavern to tavern. It used to be Tourist Trophy when I was young, but now it's tavern to tavern. Anyway, I sold both these bikes. Were sold to a guy named Tommy Dreesey, who races cars and stuff, NASCAR and sports cars. Has bought both of them. That bike has a real trick primary case on it, you might notice, and that's also a Star Racer frame and wheels and all that. It comes from Wichita. And Neil Keane was hooked up with those guys for a long time. He's a pretty famous racer. Not pretty famous, real famous. Dirt tracker. And so I nutterized it. And that's what we rode, similar bikes to what we rode in the old days. This is another one that I've just now started. That tank is just to sit on it. That's not the paint job I'm using or anything, but this is the start of a new bike. And check this out. This is what's cool. I'll show you. Wait a minute. Gotta have the tank on there just right. Okay. This engine, John, take a look at these carburetors. Film these. These are the coolest thing there is. These are GP carburetors, which all the guys used to run. This is the float bowl that supplies the gas for both of these. Not much, but it passes it real quick. These GPs are just 1 5/16 GPs, and they are what everybody used at Isle of Man in the 50s and the 60s. Anything that got with it usually had these on it. But in the dirt, most of the dirt racers didn't use it because they were too blubbery on the bottom. They wham and go like crazy. They're really for top end, top speed. But there was one guy down there named Skip Van Leeuwen that kicked everybody's ass, and he ran these, and his bike was really fast, and he's the only one that could put up with that terrible rough running on the bottom end deal, which I don't like. I like a lot of bottom end. I don't like it to be all lumpy and rough. But anyway, they're like $1 grand a piece, those carburetors now. It's unbelievable, and those are used. So I love the way they look. I don't think there's anything prettier than this velocity stack that they make. It's just bitchin' looking. So I like to use them because looks is everything to me. Has a Webco Webco top engine oiler. And that's not a Webco cover, that's some other goofy thing. Anyway, this is some of my nuts and bolts and stuff that go to that.
So this bike is the one with the oil tank in the frame?
Yeah, it's a 76. It's the first Triumph I've ever owned. It's a left-hand shift, which I'll never get used to seeing a gear shift lever come out of the primary case of a Triumph. I just can't get used to that. But they're really good motors and good bikes. The engine that's sitting there actually belongs to another bike. It goes in an earlier bike. The engine that goes in mine is all in pieces and all over the place being rebuilt. So I'm not trying to pass this off as a 76 because there's a completely different rocker box on the 76 models. I kind of like it.